Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be blinging out this Hennessy bottle. This video was requested by 𝓵𝓸𝓻𝓰. You guys already got a preview of exactly how it's going to look. It's going to come out beautiful. So I'm going to begin by blinging around the logos first, the little stickers that you see around the bottle. That's going to work as my guide, okay? So that's how I'm going to begin. But first, real quick, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. I am going to be using Liquid Fusion, guys. I have been loving this glue lately. I've been having it for a while, but lately I have been using it a lot. If you guys have 𝓭𝓸𝓷'𝓽 or Gorilla Glue, that's fine also, guys. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and use that. It's going to work just the same. But I feel like Liquid Fusion, it has better control, you know. It's not as runny, stretchy as 𝓭𝓸𝓷'𝓽 is, if you know what I mean. So Liquid Fusion, and then I have my rhinestones. I'm going to be using AB rhinestones. Size wise, I'm going to start off with SS20 as the majority, but later on you guys will see I will be using different sizes also. I'm going to be putting all this information down below in the description so you guys can go check it out if you want to. And of course I have my pickup tool. So like I said, I'm going to begin by working around the stickers on the bottle. I don't want to cover these up. I still want to be able to see what kind of bottle it is. You know, I want those features to stand out. I'm going to work in the back one also. I'm not going to cover that one up either. So that's how I'm going to begin. I'm going to do a nice thin layer of Liquid Fusion. Working by sections, you guys see I did not put glue all around the logo. Only a nice small area. That's going to give me enough for about 10 rhinestones to start off, guys. I don't want to apply glue everywhere because then it's going to dry up. Work by sections, guys. I always tell you that. So right there, you guys see I placed a nice straight line of rhinestones. And once I'm done double checking it, making sure everything's nice and straight, I can go ahead and apply a second section of glue very carefully and then continue my line of rhinestones. As I go, I'm going to do this all the way around the sticker. Continuing my edges and double checking my work. If you notice that you placed a little bit too much extra glue on the bottle, all you have to do is wipe it off very carefully with a napkin, or you can use this very expensive precision tool that you guys see me using right there. I'm just kidding, it's a toothpick. Go ahead and guide the glue or carefully remove it with the toothpick. And I'm going to continue doing my lines around the sticker all the way around. Working by sections, guiding my glue with the toothpick, and double checking my work. So as you guys can see, I am finishing up going around the first sticker on the bottle. And I did come across a tiny little gap, but before I go in with fill-ins, I went on ahead and double checked my work, make sure there was not any gaps, and there was, and then I was able to fit that 20 with no further issues. So this is how the bottle looks so far. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the logo on the middle. So if you guys can see right there, the bottle is made different right here. It's lifted a bit right where the sticker is. So what I did was I did a nice thin layer of glue halfway around because I'm working by sections. I guided my glue, make sure it's not too thick. And I actually went in with the size 16, guys. I want to make sure I stayed in that circle since it is lifted and it's not really on the rest of the bottle. It has a different shape right there. So I went in with the 16 all the way around. I made sure I stayed in that circle. Like I said, I was a little bit upset because the sticker is not really placed on right. It was a little bit to the left. So I felt like it was going to look a little bit weird. That's why I didn't want to go in with the 20. I went in with the 16, like I said. So I'm going to be using, for the majority of the bottle, I'm going to be using size SS20. But for this specific circle logo right here, I went in with the 16. I wanted to still be able to see the stickers on the bottle. You know, like I told you guys, I want to see what kind of bottle it is. I feel like the gold looks so pretty on the bottle, the designs on it. It's super, super cute. So this is how it looked, guys, after I finished. And then I went on ahead and worked on the back sticker. I did the same exact thing I did on the first one in the front, went around by sections and applied my rhinestones. Try to make your lines as straight as possible, guys. Double check your work. That's another thing that I liked about this liquid fusion, guys, that it does not dry as fast as 𝓭6000. So if I do mess up, I do have time to go fix that. So I highly recommend it. I'm going to put the link so you guys can go purchase it if you guys are interested. This is how it came out, guys. It's coming out super cute already. I love it. Now it's time to work on the actual bottle. I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to do a nice thin layer of the liquid fusion all the way around. And I'm going to go in with my SS20. I'm going to do this row very closely at the edge of the gold wrapper. And I do like to start at the front of the bottles because then if I do have fill-ins at the back, you won't be able to see them because they're going to be in the back. When somebody looks at the bottle, they're going to be looking at the front mainly, okay? So if you have anything you need to fill in, it's going to be in the back or towards the sides. This is how my first row looks, guys. Look at the bottle so far. I love it. I got all my stickers done. Now it's time to move into the interior of the bottle. I'm going to start off at the top of the bottle and work my way all the way to the bottom. I'm going to do my second row of rhinestones, guys, right here where you see me blinging. It is around the same size. So I am going to be doing the honeycomb method, guys. Working on my lines and using the top line as my guide. You guys see me going all the way around, working by sections, doing the same thing I did in the line above. Like I had told you guys, right here in this part, it is around the same size. So I was able to go all the way around and do 5 rows without any fill-ins. I did decide to stop right there and add one more row of the size 16 around the circle logo because it still had some features that were not flat. So the 20 was going to be lifting too much, if you guys can see right there. So I did one more row of that SS16 around the circle logo in a honeycomb method as well. So this is how the 2 rows of SS16 look around the logo. I think it looks super cute. And I'm going to go ahead and continue doing my rows around the bottle. I am going to lose that honeycomb method, guys, because this part of the bottle is not one size. So if I wanted that honeycomb method, I was going to have a lot of fill-ins and I did not want to do that. So I'm just going to go around a row per row as the rhinestones fit. I did have a gap right there, guys, between the circle logo and the rows that I had previously done. And I just went in and filled it in with a size SS12. 3 rhinestones right there, guys. And then I just continued doing my lines around, doing my nice thin layers of glue by sections and applying my SS20. If I did have gaps, I went on ahead and filled them in. You do not want to force rhinestones in, guys. If they do not fit, go in with the filler size like I did right there. You guys see that? And I just continued my rows. Like I said, for this part of the bottle, it's no longer going to be a honeycomb section because the bottle is not the same size just in this area, guys. But once I get towards the bottom of the bottle, passing this section, I'm going to continue doing my honeycomb. So stay tuned for that. And also, like I told you guys, I like to work my way from the front of the bottle to the back just in case I have fill-ins. So like I said, since this part of the bottle is not all the same size, I am going to bump into fill-ins like I am right there. You guys see that? I pulled the rhinestone down and I filled it in with the smaller size. I'm going to continue to do that as I work my way down. So I'm starting off in the front and working my way towards the back where I could have fill-ins. But if I do, nobody will see them because they're going to be in the back. I did decide right here to do one row of the SS20 around the circle logo to kind of work as a guide, because since I had only the SS16, I wanted a 20 row just to, like I said, work as a guide. I did it only halfway where that curve ends of the bottle, which I'm going to be filling in later right there. And you guys will see that. But for now, I'm going to continue doing my rows in that middle part. Real quick, guys, I wanted to show you the fill-ins. I was telling you guys, if I do have fill-ins, they're going to be in the back. Can you guys spot them out? Right there. Can you guys see those fill-ins right there? I know it's hard to tell, which is awesome. But like I said, yeah, that's why I want the fill-ins to be in the back. Working my way from the front to the back. I'm in the last line of this curvy part of the bottle. As you guys can see, it's coming together. The bottle is looking beautiful. For the rest of the bottle, guys, right here, I am going to go back to doing my honeycomb. Okay, so this is how the bottle looks so far. It looks super, super cute, super classy. I love it. So like I said, I'm going to start doing my honeycomb now. I'm going to start off working my way from the label right here towards the top where I'm going to connect both areas of the bottle with rhinestones. And I am going to be using this line that's already around the label as my guide to continue doing my honeycomb, as you guys can see there. I did my second row. I am using the SS20, by the way, for the rest of the bottle, guys, unless I come across some fill-ins. But you guys can see right there, both sides are coming together and there is a tiny little gap in between, guys. This is gonna depend though on how close your label is and your rhinestone placements. You might not come across this little gap, guys. It might be good, or your gap might be a little bit bigger. But all you have to do is add some glue like I am doing right here, even it out with your toothpick, and go ahead and fill it in, guys, with rhinestones like I am about to do. So I have my honeycomb pattern right here. It's looking super cute, and I am going to be using SS16, 12, 10, and 8 to fill in these gaps. Like I said, you could possibly not come around these gaps. It is all going to depend on your label and your rhinestone placement. Okay, this is a handmade project, guys, so it's always going to be a little different, so just go ahead and fill it in if you have those gaps, but this is the sizes I use to fill it in. So don't panic if you have those gaps, guys. Just fill it in, or if you do not come across this gap, keep blinging, guys. Okay, I always tell you guys, buy a mixed pack also, whatever project you're doing, because you never know if you're gonna need fill-in sizes, and then you're gonna be like, ugh, I don't have smaller sizes or whatever. So just be prepared. Okay, so you guys see me making my way around the bottle now. I have those gaps also that I have to fill in. I did kind of like a honeycomb method fill in right here, just so I could regain my, honeycomb again, because the gap did get a little bit smaller. So this is how the bottle's looking so far. I'm going to continue starting to do my honeycomb right here. And if you guys can see that gap, I wanted to lose it. So I carefully move the rhinestones around, giving them space until that gap got smaller, as you guys can see right there. And I was able to continue my lines connecting that gap. As you guys can see right there, it's still a little fresh, but I was able to start doing the honeycomb again, guys. You guys can see the pattern right there. And now that the bottle is getting a little thinner, I'm going to continue to do the honeycomb, and it won't get affected as much because the labels are there, so I won't have that many fill-ins, you know, like I said, because the bottle is not all one size going down, but that's fine. I'm gonna work my way down on both sides, continuing that honeycomb pattern. I'm gonna connect the rest of this part right here as I work my way down. You guys see how I'm doing my honeycomb? I'm leaving those little gaps because obviously the honeycomb is not gonna fit with just 20s next to that straight line of rhinestones that's around the label. I'll show you guys more of that in a bit. But now that I have gotten to the back area where the label is, you guys can see I'm doing that row, and then right where it connects right there, there's a tiny gap that's obviously not going to fit 20, so I'm going to have to go in and fill it in with a 16. I'm going to do the honeycomb method once again, applying my nice thin row of glue, spreading it out, and applying the rhinestones. You guys see how I'm applying those 16s in there? Once again, guys, you might not come across this, you might. Just showing you guys how this bottle turned out for me, okay? Handmade, guys, it's always going to be a little different. This is just to help you guys out, give you an idea of how it could be if you decide to bling out this bottle, guys. And trust me, the results are worth it. It came out beautiful. But here I go with my honeycomb on the side of the bottles, guys. You guys can see I'm guiding myself based on the prior lines, leaving those gaps right at the edges. You do not have to do it honeycomb pattern, guys. If you want to just go straight in, go ahead. You might have some gaps here and there, but work your way from the front to the back, guys, so your gaps are on the back, on the side of the back, if you know what I mean, right there at the end where the back label is. I am just doing a honeycomb pattern, guys. I feel like it looks so classy, you know, compared to just straight. So I did the honeycomb at the top of the bottle, guys, right where you hold it. And then that, you know, stretched out part, I just did it, you know, all just going all in, you know, straight around. And then once I got to the bottom part of the bottle, I started doing my honeycomb again, guys. You guys can see my gaps that I'm filling in right there with the smaller size rhinestones. Remember, I said I'm using for the gaps sizes 16, 12, 10, and 8. Just a little FYI, I'm going all in with the rhinestones right there in the honeycomb method. I am not basing my lines for the honeycomb based on the lines around the labels for these middle areas, because you guys saw that I did use it for the top area to start my honeycomb, but here I just based it off my previous lines. And at the bottom, I did once again use the bottom of the label that's already blinged out as a guide. You guys will see in a bit. But for the sides, I didn't. I just continued doing my honeycomb based on the lines above. And it's just going to blend all in together super nice. You guys will see at the end. I'm going to continue doing my honeycomb, filling in those gaps, working my way down to the bottom where I'm going to connect the rows of rhinestones all the way around. This is how the bottle is looking so far. I added a picture so you guys could see what I'm talking about. How on the top and the bottom, I did use the honeycomb based on the label, but on the sides, I didn't. And you can see all those fill-ins and how the rhinestones are a little bit off. It's not noticeable once the bottle is done, guys. That's why I don't mind it. But like I said, you guys can always just go in with your straight lines without doing the honeycomb method. That is up to you guys. So my sides are coming together right here. I'm just about done. I just need to do those little gaps, close it in, fill it in, make sure they look nice and neat. double check my work, and then I'm going to move on to the bottom section where I'm going to be connecting the whole sides now. This is how it looks. Super, super cute, guys. Look at this. Honeycomb. Beautiful. And like I said, I do not mind those fill-in sizes. It still looks cute, and it makes the rhinestones around the label stand out even more. So I am, like I said, using my guide from the bottom rhinestone line around the label to guide me and start my line around the bottom section. I'm gonna bling right over the 1765 right there that you guys see at the bottom of the bottle. I don't care for it. If I want to know the year, I can always look at the label. It says 1765 right there. So I'm just gonna continue my honeycomb all the way around. Right there, you can see that I did come across a little gap, guys, and it was not big enough to fit a rhinestone in there, so I just spread them out, guys. I do that a lot in my projects. If I see a rhinestone is not gonna fit, you just have to spread them out, guys, and fake it till you make it, you know what I mean? I'm just playing, but just spread it out a tiny bit, guys. You won't even be able to tell. On this side though, I did have enough space to do a fill-in rhinestone, so I did add that fill-in. It just depends on the space you have, you know what I mean? If it's tiny enough that no rhinestone is gonna fit in there, just spread them out, guys. So this is how it looks. I'm gonna do my rest of my honeycomb all the way down. If I have fill-ins, I'll fill them in, and if I don't, I can just continue with no issues. Same thing, guys, all the way to the bottom. If you guys are interested in knowing, right below, not including the line around the label, it was 4 rows I had to do to finish the bottle. Just a little FYI. So I am just about done, guys. My bottle is coming together. It's looking super, super cute. I love it. I love the honeycomb method. Just everything about it, super, super glam. And just a little review, guys. Remember, work by sections. Do nice thin layers of glue. Double check your work, guys. Very important. Fill in your gaps if you have some. Do not overlap your rhinestones. Make sure they fit. Do not force them if they do not. And keep it nice and neat. You know what I mean? So this is it, guys. Look how cute this is. I'm gonna let it completely dry and show you guys the results. Look at this. It's super, super cute, guys. I love how it came out. I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little something. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and click that like button and subscribe if you haven't. If you are subscribed, thank you guys so, so much for supporting me. I have hit 2,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so, so much. Look at this bottle, guys. Go ahead and try it out. Once again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.